Have you ever heard of a sequel that was so good, it actually took over the original franchise? That's exactly what happened in ancient history, when the kingdom Egypt thought it had conquered turned around and took the pharaoh's throne for themselves. This is the ultimate no-you moment in history, where the underdog didn't just win a battle. They won the entire kingdom. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see how a forgotten kingdom pulled off the biggest plot twist of the ancient world, and why Egypt's own culture was the secret weapon used against them. So, how did this all go down? For centuries, Egypt looked south to Nubia, a land rich in gold, ivory, and soldiers, and thought, I'll take that. They built massive forts, imposed their culture, and basically treated Nubia like its own personal treasure chest. The Nubians learned to speak Egyptian, worshipped Egyptian gods, and even built their own smaller pyramids. Egypt got so confident, they saw the Nubians as just Egyptians in training. But while Egypt was busy patting itself on the back, it started to fall apart from the inside. Civil wars, weak pharaohs, and political chaos turned the mighty empire into a mess. Now, what was happening in Nubia while Egypt was having its meltdown? Down south, the Nubian kingdom of Kush was quietly leveling up. They saw the chaos in Egypt not as a tragedy, but as an opportunity. Their king, a guy named Piye, looked at the fractured state of Egypt and thought, they've forgotten what it means to be truly Egyptian. He believed the gods were offended by Egypt's decline. So Piye didn't just plan an invasion. He planned a restoration project. He saw himself as the true pharaoh, destined to reunite and purify the very land that once dominated his ancestors. This is where the story gets legendary. Piye gathered his armies and marched north. But this wasn't just a brutal conquest. His whole pitch was that he was more Egyptian than the Egyptians. When he arrived at cities, he would first go to the temples to worship their gods. He was basically saying, hey, I'm not here to destroy Egypt. I'm here to save it from you guys. The fractured Egyptian warlords didn't know how to react. Some fought, many surrendered. Piye and his successors, the Black Pharaohs, went on to establish the 25th dynasty, ruling all of Egypt for nearly a century. They built temples, restored traditions, and ruled as legitimate pharaohs, all while coming from the land Egypt once called a backwater. They used Egypt's own culture, religion, and identity as the ultimate reverse card to take control. It was the greatest revenge arc in ancient history, proving that when you try to erase a culture, sometimes you just teach them how to do it better than you.